Ba-ba-da-ba. Hi, friends! Guess what? I get to spend some time right now with my friend Travis Jonker. Hi, Travis!
Hey, Wimee, how's it going?
Great, man! Oh, blue floats away. Where did it go? Where did it float to? Tell us about your awesome book. What inspired it?
So Blue Floats Away is the story of a little iceberg that breaks away from his parents and kind of goes on an adventure, and he changes in a lot of ways during the story. And he ends up coming back to see his parents, but it's in a way that nobody ever expected.
Oh. You got me really wondering now. Actually, I know, but I'm not going to give it away. Was there something particular that inspired the spark to this idea when you first began?
Yeah, I think I really liked the idea of a character that kind of goes on an adventure, a character that changes and kind of becomes sort of independent from his parents. And during the story, Blue runs into all kinds of cool and unusual things that he never expected to see. Things like sharks and airplanes and birds and things that are in and around the ocean. And he goes through changes through the water cycle. Blue gets to warmer and warmer water and eventually starts to melt and doesn't quite know what's going to happen next. But Blue transforms. Blue melts but turns into a cloud and keeps on going on the adventure all the way back to his parents, where he starts to snow, and that's how he sees his parents again.
Oh man! So the water cycle. I bet I can say, right, it's not only a fun, awesome, inspiring thing, but it's like so much to learn from it too.
Yeah, and I love it because the illustrator for the book, Grant Snyder, he made the awesome paper illustrations for this book. He rated his kids craft supplies and got glue sticks out and construction paper, and was using scissors and was cutting up paper and tearing paper to make all of the pictures in the book. So when you see the pictures up close, you can really tell that they're made out of paper. And I love it because I think it's something that kids can make on their own too. They could, start cutting up and tearing paper to make artwork that looks just like the artwork in this book. And I love how Grant Snyder, at the very back of the book, he did a little water cycle picture right over here. And I even talk a little bit in the back about how the water cycle works and some things that you can do to help protect our environment.
Wow. I love it. It's so cool. And I love the teamwork, right? How you as the author, the illustrator, the ideas, and people can be inspired to cut paper. Should they just go tear all the books apart and make new books?
Well, you never know. If you can make a new book out of an old book, maybe.
I was trying to be silly, but yeah, you've got so many books behind you. Do you ever get buried in books, suddenly a book avalanche behind you?
Oh my gosh, that's happened before. Where I've got a big tall stack of books sitting somewhere, and I add one more on the very top, tips over, goes all over the place. It can be a mess down here. Yes, I love books. I have so many of them, and I love to keep my favorite ones nearby. So I always have some books around me on different shelves and everywhere in the house, basically.
I love it. Well, Travis, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Woohoo!
Oh, thank you, Wimee. This has been a real pleasure. Thank you.
That was my friend Travis. I love it. Hey, tell our friends a little bit more about you. You're a librarian, and you've got other things you've created and done.
So I'm a school librarian. I work at a kindergarten through third grade elementary school, and I get to see all the kids in the school. They come down and see me once a week, and we read stories, and we do things in the library, and we work with technology. I love my job, and I get to work all the kids in the school, which is great. And I'm also, outside of school, aside from writing picture books, I also write on a blog all about children's literature. It's called 100 Scope Notes, and I review kids' books there, and I do news and upcoming books and things that I'm excited about with children's books. And I also have a podcast where I interview authors and illustrators, and that's called The Yarn. And we are on episode 160 something of the podcast. So we've gotten to talk to all kinds of awesome authors and illustrators. You know, Dave Pilkey's been on there, and Kate DiCamillo, and Mo Willems.
Oh my gosh, Pigeon! Okay, keep going.
Yeah, just so many great people. So that's been just a joy to be able to do that too.
Are we long lost related?
I think we might be.
I think so, because books and creativity and writing and learning and creating. Ah, man. Well, Travis, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Woohoo!
Oh, thank you, Wimee. This has been a real pleasure. Thank you.
do, 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 do.